could get a dollar for every person that's called me a liar in the past 5 years. I wouldn't be financing. I'm about my satellite next week.
Just when we thought the drama surrounding Diddy couldn't get any messier, especially after the infamous Meltdown saga, here comes the latest bombshell. The music mogul turned inmate is reportedly refusing to leave his jail cell. Yes, you read that right. Diddy is reportedly stalling legal proceedings by refusing to step out and accept a stack of lawsuits waiting for him. According to Tony Buzbee's co-counsel, Antigone Curis, Diddy's jailhouse protest has thrown a wrench into not one, but two major cases. This refusal has gotten so bad that Curis had to file a letter begging the court to push back important conferences originally scheduled for January 10th to February because they can't even serve the man his papers. This situation isn't just about civil lawsuits, though. Diddy is also facing a criminal trial in May 2025, where he could be locked away for 15 to 20 years. With multiple lawsuits piling up and a federal court date already locked in, you've got to wonder, is this part of some master plan? Or is the pressure finally starting to crack him? Stick around because we're just beginning to unravel this tangled mess. Now let's get into the lawsuits Diddy's been dodging, and trust me, the details are as wild as they are disturbing. First up is Philip Pines, a former assistant who's suing Diddy for misconduct and creating a toxic work environment between 2019 and 2021. According to court documents, Pines claims his job included preparing for what Diddy allegedly called Wild King Nights and imagine hotel rooms stocked with baby oil, certain enhancement products, and devices you wouldn't expect to see at a party. Pines claims these wild nights went on for days, and guess who had to clean up the aftermath? Pines, of course. From discarded party supplies to personal remnants, he says he saw it all. But the allegations get darker. Pines also claims that Diddy coerced him into an intimate situation with a woman while Diddy stood by and watched. If that wasn't enough, Pines alleges that Diddy once dangled a woman over a 17th floor balcony. Yes, you heard that right. A balcony. Diddy's legal team has denied all of these allegations, calling them baseless and insisting that he has never engaged in any non-consensual acts. They are firm in their belief that Diddy will clear his name in court, but let's be real. Can one person fend off this many lawsuits without some skeletons falling out of the closet? Is this just the beginning of a much bigger unraveling? Now let's step inside the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, and take a closer look at Diddy's life behind bars. Spoiler alert. It's a far cry from his luxurious penthouses and private jets. But you probably already knew that. Remember the holiday meltdown we couldn't stop talking about? Reports of Diddy breaking down during the festive season left us wondering if his larger-than-life persona was finally cracking under the pressure. But here's the twist. Sources claim that since that incident, Diddy has retreated even further into isolation, refusing to leave his cell for days at a time. Some insiders speculate that Diddy's refusal to step out could be rooted in fear. The MDC isn't exactly full of adoring fans or loyal staff. Others, however, believe it's a power move, an attempt to control his environment while lawsuits and criminal charges close in. There's also the growing theory that this could be a legal delay tactic. After all, staying locked up in his cell doesn't exactly scream cooperation, right? Despite all this, there are reports suggesting that Diddy has turned to meditation and yoga to cope with the harsh conditions. Yes, you read that correctly, meditation and yoga. Can you imagine Diddy sitting cross-legged on the floor trying to find his inner peace while lawsuits pile up faster than New York snow in December? On the flip side, there are whispers that he's still putting on a front of strength, walking the fine line between vulnerability and bravado. One source even claimed he's keeping his head up, acting like he's untouchable. But is this the same man who reportedly cried in his cell just weeks ago during the holidays? So what's the truth? Is Diddy quietly falling apart, or is he playing the long game, biding his time while preparing to counter the avalanche of allegations against him? One thing is for sure. This saga is far from over, and we're just getting started with the juicy details. If you thought the lawsuits and jail cell rumors were wild, wait until you hear what Jaguar Wright has been saying. Known for her no-holds-barred interviews and relentless calls for accountability in the music industry, Wright dropped another bombshell recently about none other than Diddy. During a jaw-dropping interview with Real Life Productions, Jaguar didn't hold back. She outright alleged that Diddy has been living with HIV. Yes, you heard that right. Wright claimed that Diddy has faced the disease head-on, refusing to let it slow him down or stop his meteoric rise in the entertainment world. She even posed the eyebrow-raising question, How many men are running around undetectable? This shocking claim has added even more fuel to the fire. Diddy's name has been surrounded by controversy for years, and now the accusations seem to be piling up one after another. From explosive lawsuits to intense media scrutiny, it's clear that Diddy's life is in turmoil. Whether he's trying to control the narrative, battling legal and personal demons, or facing the consequences of his past actions, one thing is certain. The drama surrounding him is far from over. As more revelations continue to surface, it's hard not to wonder what's next for the once unassailable mogul. Will he maintain his grip on power and image, or is this the beginning of the end for his empire? Time will tell, but for now, one thing is certain. The tangled web of lawsuits, criminal charges, and shocking claims about Diddy is only getting messier. Stick around. There's much more to come in this ongoing saga.
You want to know what's wild about that, though? He faced that head up.
He did.
He didn't stop doing what he's done. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable, G?
Come on.
In the game.
And just when you thought it couldn't get more explosive, Jaguar Wright didn't stop with the HIV allegations. She doubled down on her broader narrative, calling Diddy a dangerous, devilish figure in the industry, allegedly enabled by some of the most powerful names in music. Wright claims she can identify at least 20 individuals who, in her opinion, are just as bad as Diddy, and also allegedly have HIV. But that's not all. Wright also addressed Jay-Z's lawyer's claim that Diddy and Jay-Z were never friends, only business acquaintances. Trust me, you'll want to hear what Wright had to say about that. She didn't hold back.
I'm just saying.
You want to know what's wild about that, though? He faced that head up.
He did.
He didn't stop doing what he's done. He faced that head up. How many dudes is running around undetectable, G?
Come on.
In the game.
Jaguar Wright seems to be thoroughly enjoying the spotlight, and it's easy to see why. Over the years, she's accurately predicted much of what's unfolded within the world of high-profile entertainment figures. This time, her comments about Diddy and Jay-Z have sparked an even bigger conversation. She claims that the two moguls aren't as close as many believe, despite the numerous videos and photos that suggest they are. However, it seems that much of this content has mysteriously disappeared from the internet. This has left many questioning what really lies behind the public narrative. Jaguar's words have certainly ignited a firestorm of reactions on social media. Some see her as a courageous whistleblower who's pulling back the curtain on the entertainment industry's dark underbelly, exposing truths that others would rather keep hidden. And others, however, are more skeptical, pointing out her history of making controversial and often unverified claims. Both sides have valid points. Regardless, her latest remarks add yet another layer of intrigue to an already chaotic situation surrounding Diddy. If nothing else, Jaguar Wright has mastered the art of keeping the internet buzzing. Her claims, especially about Diddy, have only amplified the chatter surrounding his career. But here's the question. Is Jaguar Wright exposing uncomfortable truths about the industry? Or is she simply using her platform to fuel a personal vendetta against Diddy? It's hard to ignore the fact that the story is far from cooling down. With the ongoing lawsuits, explosive accusations, and now Jaguar's latest claims, Diddy's once unshakable legacy is looking more and more fragile. Rumors about his HIV status alone have set off a ripple effect, adding yet another layer to the already massive pile of allegations. Let's be honest, Diddy's reputation was already teetering on the edge before Jaguar's latest bombshell. That being said, Diddy's presentation was not up to or latest bombshell. Between the numerous lawsuits, explosive accusations from former associates, and his reported behavior behind bars, his public image has taken hit after hit. This new claim, however, is the kind of bombshell that doesn't just make headlines, it sticks in people's minds. Whether or not it's proven to be true, the damage is already done. In today's world, the court of public opinion doesn't wait for legal processes to unfold. Rumors like these don't just vanish. They fester, grow, and ultimately shape how the public perceives someone. Honestly, all my life into this point have been borrowed from various sources. I needed some, despite Diddy's legal team working tirelessly to deny these accusations, the sheer volume of claims against him makes it harder for even his most loyal fans to ignore. Here's a wild theory. Could all of these allegations and rumors be part of a larger, calculated attempt to discredit Diddy? Or is Jaguar Wright genuinely uncovering a darker side of his past? The timing of these revelations, the lawsuits, viral interviews, and jailhouse stories has certainly raised suspicions. Is this all part of a smear campaign to bring him down, or are we witnessing the unraveling of a carefully crafted image that Diddy has spent decades building? What's clear is that these stories are reshaping Diddy's entire legacy. He went from being one of the most iconic moguls in hip-hop to becoming the subject of headlines for all the wrong reasons. His place in history is being rewritten in real time, and the narrative isn't playing out the way he would have hoped. So, what's next for Diddy? His current situation seems like a lose-lose proposition. His refusal to leave and sell off his assets might buy him some time, but at what cost? Legally, this move is a ticking time bomb. Delaying lawsuits doesn't make them go away. It only increases the pressure. Attorneys on both sides are scrambling to adjust timelines, but courts won't wait forever. The longer Diddy holds out, the worse the situation will become. With multiple civil cases on top of a criminal trial, Diddy is walking a tightrope. Judges have no tolerance for delays, and if he continues down this path, it could make things even more difficult for his legal team. There's also the larger picture to consider. Diddy's criminal trial is scheduled for May 2025, and his behavior up to this point could set a dangerous precedent. Prosecutors might argue that his refusal to cooperate shows a lack of accountability or even guilt. To emerge, the situation is only going to become more complicated. Juggling both criminal and civil cases is no easy task, and Diddy's legal team is under immense pressure to balance these battles while simultaneously trying to repair his damaged public image. But here's another angle. Could Diddy be banking on delays to outlast his accusers? Perhaps he's hoping that by dragging things out, the pressure on his accusers will lessen and they'll eventually give up. No. Or is he simply a man cornered, out of options, and trying to ride out the storm? Either way, it's a risky gamble that could end up costing him everything. As the legal drama continues to unfold, all eyes are on Diddy. Will he step up and face the music, or will he continue hiding behind the safety of his cell, hoping that the chaos will eventually subside? One thing is certain, the clock is ticking, and the stakes have never been higher. But Diddy still has months to go before his criminal trial begins, and there's a real chance that he'll face even more lawsuits before that. The longer he stays in this standoff, the more pressure it puts on him. His legal team is already struggling to keep up. And as more claims continue, what's next for Diddy? Will he continue to try to delay his fate, or will he eventually face the music? And as for Jaguar Wright, are her shocking claims the truth, or is there more bias at play here than we realize? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Diddy's future and the way his legacy unfolds is in the balance. If you want to stay updated on this ongoing saga, don't forget to like and subscribe for more juicy updates as they come in.